The digital world is a realm of endless possibilities where information flows freely and anonymity reigns supreme. But beneath this veneer lies a darker side, a clandestine world of spies, hackers, and secret agents. This is the world of cyber espionage, where breaches can cripple infrastructure, disrupt economies, and even topple governments. Cyber espionage is a world of high stakes where the wrong move can have devastating consequences. Governments and criminals alike are pouring resources into cyber capabilities, recognizing the power of information. The dark web has become a breeding ground for these activities, providing a platform for hackers to buy and sell stolen data with anonymity. Encrypted messaging apps like WhatsApp and Signal are vital tools for privacy. However, these features also attract criminals and terrorists seeking to evade detection. The debate over encryption raises fundamental questions about the balance between security and liberty in the digital age. Telegram, founded by Pavel Durov, quickly gained popularity for its speed, security, and commitment to user privacy. However, its success also attracted criminal elements, leading to pressure on Telegram to address illegal activities. Durov maintained that compromising encryption would undermine the platform's principles. The tension between Telegram and governments peaked in 2021 with Pavel Durov's arrest. His arrest highlighted the global crackdown on encryption and the precarious situation faced by tech companies. The case became a flashpoint in the debate over encryption, with privacy advocates arguing it set a dangerous precedent. The arrest of Telegram's founder highlighted the powerful forces of intelligence agencies. In the US, the CIA, NSA, and FBI formed the bedrock of the intelligence community, each with distinct missions. Cyber espionage has become a central pillar of intelligence gathering, enabling agencies to penetrate enemy networks. The CIA plays a pivotal role in gathering human intelligence abroad. In the digital age, the CIA has adapted its methods to exploit the opportunities presented by the internet and social media. The debate over the CIA's role in the digital age remains contentious. The NSA intercepts and analyzes electronic communications on a global scale. Its capabilities are both awe-inspiring and unsettling, sparking a global debate about government surveillance. The NSA maintains that its activities are essential for preventing terrorism and protecting national security. The FBI serves as the primary law enforcement agency within the US, investigating federal crimes and protecting the country from cyber threats. The agency's cyber division investigates cybercrime and conducts digital forensics. The FBI's use of surveillance technologies has raised concerns about privacy rights. Pegasus, a sophisticated spyware, has been linked to high-profile spying scandals. It can infiltrate mobile devices without a trace, raising profound questions about the vulnerability of our digital lives. The Pegasus scandal served as a stark reminder of the erosion of privacy in the 21st century. Pegasus exploits vulnerabilities in mobile operating systems, often using zero-click exploits. Once installed, it can exfiltrate data, record calls, and intercept messages without the user's knowledge. The development of spyware like Pegasus highlights the growing asymmetry between attackers and defenders in the digital realm. The Pegasus scandal revealed that spyware is not just a tool of powerful nation-states, but is increasingly accessible to a wider range of actors, including authoritarian regimes, criminal organizations, and even private individuals. The proliferation of these tools poses a significant threat to global security and human rights, as they can be used to silence dissent, undermine democratic institutions, and erode trust in the digital ecosystem. The global reach of Pegasus was brought into sharp focus by the revelations that the spyware had been used to target journalists, activists, politicians, and even heads of state in countries around the world. The list of alleged victims reads like a who's who of individuals working to promote human rights, expose corruption, and hold the powerful to account. The use of Pegasus against these individuals highlights the growing threat to freedom of expression and the right to privacy in the digital age. As governments and other powerful actors seek to exert greater control over the flow of information, tools like Pegasus provide them with the means to silence dissent, suppress criticism, and undermine democratic values. The Pegasus scandal serves as a wake-up call, reminding us that the fight for privacy and security in the digital age is far from over. It is a call to action for governments, tech companies, and individuals to work together to develop stronger safeguards against spyware, hold those who abuse these tools accountable, and ensure that the digital realm remains a space for free expression, innovation, and human progress. The digital age has ushered in a new era of conflict, one where the battles are fought not on traditional battlefields but in the ethereal realm of cyberspace. Cyber warfare, once the stuff of science fiction, has become a stark reality, with nations around the world developing sophisticated cyber weapons and strategies to cripple their adversaries, disrupt their economies, and sow discord among their populations. Unlike traditional warfare, which relies on brute force and kinetic weapons, cyber warfare operates in the shadows, exploiting vulnerabilities in computer systems, networks, and critical infrastructure to achieve strategic objectives. A well-executed cyber attack can shut down power grids, cripple financial markets, disrupt transportation systems, and even compromise military command and control systems, all without firing a single shot. The rise of cyber warfare has blurred the lines between peace and war, making it difficult to determine when a cyber attack constitutes an act of war and what the appropriate response should be. The international community is still grappling with these questions, attempting to establish norms and treaties to govern cyberspace and prevent an escalation of cyber conflicts that could have devastating global consequences. The stakes in cyber warfare are incredibly high, as the potential for collateral damage is enormous. A cyber attack targeting a critical infrastructure system, for example, could have cascading effects, disrupting essential services, causing widespread economic damage, and even leading to loss of life. The interconnected nature of our world means that the consequences of cyber warfare can be felt far beyond the intended target, making it a threat that demands our utmost attention and vigilance. Stuxnet, the worm that changed everything. In 2010, Stuxnet targeted Iran's nuclear program, marking a turning point in cyber warfare. Believed to be a joint operation by the US and Israel, it demonstrated cyber weapons' potential to cause physical damage. Stuxnet infiltrated and sabotaged Iran's nuclear enrichment facilities. It spread through USB drives, reaching industrial control systems. Stuxnet manipulated centrifuges, causing them to self-destruct while masking its presence. The attack sent shockwaves through intelligence and security communities worldwide. It was the first cyber weapon to cause physical damage, raising questions about cyber warfare's future. Section 3, the fallout, living with the consequences of cyber warfare. The Stuxnet attack marked a new era in warfare, blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds. Cyber weapons are real and potentially devastating tools for strategic objectives. Nations have since bolstered their cyber capabilities, investing heavily in research, recruitment, and training. The cyber arms race is on, with countries vying for dominance in cyberspace. This race increases the risks of miscalculation and unintended consequences. The potential for cyber terrorism is a growing concern for security services worldwide. The world is now firmly in the era of cyber warfare, and we must adapt to this new reality. Section 1. IMSI catchers spoofing your way into private conversations. Our mobile phones carry our most private conversations and movements, but this reliance makes us vulnerable to IMSI catchers. These devices exploit mobile network vulnerabilities to intercept calls and track locations. IMSI catchers impersonate cell towers, tricking devices into connecting to them. Once connected, they can intercept calls, track locations, and inject malware. They can target multiple devices, gathering data on many people. Critics argue these devices threaten civil liberties and need stricter regulations. From stingrays to DIY devices, the proliferation of surveillance tech, IMS eye catchers, once exclusive to intelligence agencies, are now widely available. Affordable technology has led to a proliferation of these devices on the black market and among hobbyists. The Stingray, developed by Harris Corporation, is widely used by police departments. This proliferation raises concerns about privacy and potential abuse. Many companies now sell IMS eye catchers and other surveillance tech globally. These devices pose significant threats to privacy and security. Greater transparency and oversight of surveillance technologies are needed. The erosion of privacy living in a world of constant surveillance. The proliferation of IMS eye catchers is just one symptom of a larger trend. The erosion of privacy in the digital age. From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, our digital lives are being tracked, analyzed, and monetized. Our smartphones record our movements, our social media accounts track our interests, and our online activity is monitored by advertisers, data brokers, and government agencies. This constant surveillance has profound implications for our lives, shaping our choices, influencing our opinions, and eroding our sense of autonomy. When we know that we are being watched, we are less likely to express ourselves freely, to challenge authority, or to engage in behavior that might be deemed deviant or subversive. The erosion of privacy is not just a theoretical concern, it has real-world consequences. In countries around the world, governments are using surveillance technologies to silence dissent, suppress free speech, and target journalists, activists, and political opponents. The rise of mass surveillance is one of the defining challenges of our time, and it demands our attention and action. We must resist the normalization of surveillance and fight for our right to privacy. This means demanding greater transparency and accountability from governments and corporations, supporting organizations that are fighting for digital rights, and educating ourselves and others about the importance of privacy and the threats posed by mass surveillance. The future of our freedom and our democracy may depend on it. The high cost of secrets, a call to awareness. The digital age has ushered in a new era of vulnerability. The lines between privacy and security have blurred. Each online interaction leaves a trace, a digital fingerprint. Ignorance is no longer bliss in the face of pervasive surveillance. The fight for digital privacy is a fight for the future of freedom and democracy. Empowering ourselves in the digital age. The future of our digital lives hinges on our ability to navigate this complex landscape with awareness and agency. It requires a shift in mindset, from passive consumers of technology to informed citizens who demand better protections for our privacy and security. This is not about retreating from the digital world, but rather engaging with it on our terms, armed with the knowledge and tools to protect ourselves. Fortunately, there are steps we can take to mitigate the risks. We can start by adopting strong passwords, using multi-factor authentication, and being wary of suspicious links and attachments. We can explore privacy-focused tools and services such as encrypted messaging apps and virtual private networks to shield our communications and browsing activity from prying eyes. Beyond individual actions, we must demand systemic change. We must hold our elected officials accountable for enacting strong privacy laws and regulations that protect our digital rights. We must support organizations that are fighting for digital freedom and hold corporations accountable for their data collection practices. The fight for digital privacy is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires vigilance, education, and collective action. By working together, we can create a digital future where privacy is not a privilege but a right, where technology empowers rather than enslaves us, and where the values of freedom, democracy, and human dignity are upheld in the digital realm.